Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Athens Weekly Update with the mayor and Kyle Johansson. Kyle, it was certainly interesting this morning getting up and stepping out on my back deck, and it was cool. I mean, temperature-wise was pretty cool. So, Kyle, do we have that looking forward? I mean, what are things going to look like over the next 7 days, Kyle?
So today we look for sunny, high 75. Tonight clear, low 48. Tomorrow mostly sunny, high 82. Tomorrow night mostly clear, low 58. Saturday mostly cloudy, high 88. Friday night thunderstorms, low 68. Saturday scattered storms, high 83. Saturday night scattered storms, low 64. Sunday, isolated storms, high 86. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low 68. Monday, scattered storms, high 86. Monday night, scattered storms, low 64. Tuesday, morning showers, high 74. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low 53. And next Wednesday, mostly sunny, high at 77, and low 55 with partly cloudy skies.
Boy, that sounds comfortable.
Coronavirus, there's been now 296 new positive coronavirus cases in Ohio in the last 24 hours. There's been now 0 active new coronavirus cases in Athens County yesterday, brings a total of 17 active COVID cases, low since April of 2020. Statewide, there's been now 1.1 million cases, 20,000 deaths, and national, there's now 33.7 million cases, and we passed the milestone of 600,000 coronavirus deaths in the United States. And globally, cases are now 120.9 million cases, 4.1 million deaths. And now they spotted a new vaccine that could be effective against all the variants, including the Indian variant, which has been spotted in all 8 states. And also, it's highly effective, 90%.
So Kyle,
and COVID's actually OU Sports.
Yeah, before we get to OU Sports, Kyle, are you tracking countries that are being heavily impacted right now with COVID-19? And if so, do you know which countries they are?
United Kingdom, because they're experiencing the Delta variant, or it's also the Indian variant, it's dominant in the United Kingdom. And it's actually more transmitted in your house and outside.
Okay. Sports.
Football, it's going to be fastly approaching. It's about 2.5 months away. In soccer, it's not long from now.
And I know the Copperheads aren't playing this summer, although I did receive an email from the club, wanting to make sure that we continue to promote our beloved Copperheads and make sure that everyone knows that even though they're not playing, that they're, that they are still an active club and that they are engaging. So I'm going to be engaging with them at some point soon. Kyle, thank you. As usual, and I know that you're looking forward to this as much as I, and that is that in July, when you arrive back from your travels, that we'll be able to be in person again for doing our weekly updates. And I think at that point, Kyle, we can actually change the name back to, the mayor's press conference and have the press be able to engage with us as well. So thank you, Kyle, as usual, for everything that you do. And it's always a pleasure having you on.
Yep. See you next week.
Okay. All right. I think probably one of the biggest updates, I've got several, but one that is worthy of sharing with anyone watching today, and that is that the City Hall building will be open again finally to the public on Monday, June 21st. as will other departments that transition to meetings by appointments and or not being open to the public. So wanted to make sure that our viewing audience is aware. We do have a boil order, unfortunately, in the city of Athens. It went into effect at noon today, and it will run through 1 p.m. tomorrow. So today, the 16th, through tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the 17th. And it will be for North Utah Place between Dalton Avenue and Hillcrest Drive. And it will be Hillcrest Drive from Graham Drive west to the end, and 33 Staffmore Boulevard north to Hillcrest Drive. So keep that in mind, and know that there is a boil order in that area. Engineering and Public Works. Again, just as an update to everyone with the Stimson Avenue project, that Stimson Ave and Campbell Street North, there will be an intersection closure. And this will be for utility installation work for the week of June 14th. So it's going on now. So keep that in mind. North Schaefer Street closure. The city of Athens will be having a closure, and it will be Thursday, so tomorrow, the 17th, between West State Street and West Washington Street, again, on Schaefer. It'll close at 8 a.m. and hopefully will be opened up shortly after. This is for the completion of a sanitary sewer manhole. So keep that in mind. The river sweep, we talked about this last week, that the river sweep is coming up June 19th, encouraging everyone who's interested in helping clean up the Hocking River, to take part in that. If you're interested in helping out, you can reach out to the Athens Soil and Water Conservation District at www.athensswcd.org. We've got a number of meetings coming up, but before I get into the meetings portion, to give people updates on meetings that will be occurring, I wanted to kind of inform everyone about the 4th of July activities, at least here in the city of Athens. So again, we're going to be hosting the fabulous 4th fireworks display. This will be on, I believe, yes, it's going to be July 3rd here in Athens. So, big thank you to Hamburg Fireworks, who always help us out, the police department, the fire department, for making this possible this year. So come check that out. The fireworks will begin around 10 p.m. So come check that out. The Athens City Pool is going to be free on the 3rd and the 4th of July. So there's another real positive. Come take advantage of the free pool being wide open on the 3rd of July and the 4th of July. And as I've indicated before, if following the CDC guidelines, if people are fully vaccinated, no masks are required, and there are no capacity issues or restrictions, I should say, at the city pool either. Some meetings, and probably good to make sure that all of you who are watching are aware that all of the boards and commissions for the city of Athens will resume in-person meetings as of July 1. But anything running through the remainder of June will be Zoom meetings, so you can attend that way, to include the Commission on Disabilities, which is going to be meeting tonight from 5 to 6 p.m., as well as the Recreation Advisory Board, which will be meeting tomorrow evening, 5:30 to 6:30. Again, you can view those on Zoom, and Athens City Council. Athens City Council, at this point, we know that it is the last meeting for council until they come back off the July recess. And that meeting, as usual, is at 7 p.m. There'll be a lot of ordinances clearing on Monday night here in the city, to include several suspensions because of that timetable to clear the slate before council goes on recess. Another thing I just want to share real quick is that Pride Fest Field Day is Saturday, the 19th of June, and it will be at the miniature golf area at the what I refer to as the Southside Park, or some people refer to it as Dairy Lane Park, but whatever you want to call it, that's where it's at. There's also a couple other events that I would like to bring to everyone's attention, and that is that there's an event taking place dedicating the lending library at the Mount Zion Church this Saturday at noon. Actually, that's not true. It is at 1 o'clock, where there will be a dedication of the lending library. And I will be there because I am donating a book that is appropriate, children's book. It's appropriate for that particular lending library. And then we have the Juneteenth festival, and there will be a proclamation that I read that'll be at the South Green. And I believe that is an event that starts at 3 p.m. So keep that in mind as well. So that is the updates for happenings around the city. I do have a proclamation, speaking of Juneteenth. Office of the Mayor proclamation. Whereas our country is made up of people from every nation on earth who are declared equal, not only in their freedoms, but also in justice, both of which are essential for healthy human civilization. And whereas our nation was conceived on the 4th of July of 1776 with the Declaration of Independence, the classic statement being, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their creator with certain inevitable rights, unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas at 2 p.m. on New Year's Day, January 1 of 1863, using his war powers as President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, providing that all persons held as slaves within the United States or designated part of a state shall be then and henceforth and forever free. And whereas the Emancipation Proclamation made the permanent abolishment of slavery a Union war aim and provided the legal framework for the emancipation of nearly all 4 million enslaved individuals as the Union armies advanced. And whereas hearing the proclamation, many enslaved people escaped to Union lines as the army units moved south. And whereas on June 19th of 1865, almost 2.5 years later, Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced the end of both the Civil War and slavery. And Texans began to celebrate the Juneteenth in 1866 with community events such as parades, cookouts, prayer gatherings, musical performances, and historical cultural readings. And the freed families as freed families emigrated from Texas to other parts of the United States, they carried the Juneteenth celebration with them. And whereas, since then, 46 states and the District of Columbia have also declared it an official holiday. And whereas, June 19th has a special meaning to Black Americans and is called Juneteenth, combining the words of June and 19th, and has been celebrated by the Black community for over 150 years. And now, therefore, I, Steve Patterson, the mayor of Athens, Ohio, do hereby proclaim June 19th of 2021 as Juneteenth in the city of Athens, Ohio, and urge all citizens to become more aware of the significance of its celebration of Black American history and in the heritage of our nation and our city. Juneteenth. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you'll join me next week at the